Imagine stepping onto your balcony and being greeted by a riot of colors, the fragrance of blooming flowers, and the hum of bees. Welcome to the world of balcony flower gardening. As urban spaces become increasingly compact, many of us find our outdoor areas shrinking. But that doesn't mean we have to give up on the idea of a garden. In fact, it's quite the opposite. This is where the magic of balcony flower gardening comes into play. With a little creativity and know-how, even the smallest balcony can be transformed into a vibrant, blossoming haven. One of the many joys of balcony flower gardening is the opportunity it presents to create a personal and inviting outdoor space. Your balcony garden can be a reflection of you, your tastes, your passions. Whether you prefer the delicate hues of wildflowers or the bold colors of tropical blooms, your balcony is a canvas waiting to be painted. Beyond aesthetics, balcony flower gardening offers a host of other benefits. It's a chance to connect with nature in the heart of the city, to cultivate a sense of peace and tranquility amidst the hustle and bustle. And let's not forget the satisfaction that comes from nurturing a plant from seed to bloom. There's something truly magical about watching your garden grow. Balcony flower gardening isn't just for experienced gardeners either. It's a hobby that everyone can enjoy, regardless of gardening expertise. With the right guidance and tools, anyone can turn their balcony into a floral paradise. Of course, balcony flower gardening comes with its own set of challenges. Space is often limited and conditions can be harsh. But with a little planning and a lot of love, these obstacles can be overcome. And the rewards? Well, they're immeasurable. So, are you ready to embark on this exciting journey? Ready to swap concrete for greenery, to exchange city noise for the soothing sounds of nature? If the answer is yes, then you've come to the right place. Now let's dive in and transform your balcony into a blooming oasis. The first step in creating your balcony garden is choosing the right flowers that will thrive in your particular environment. Now imagine a lush balcony overflowing with blossoms, their vibrant colors and intoxicating scents transforming your outdoor space into a private paradise. But how do you choose the right flowers to cultivate this paradise? It's all about understanding your balcony's unique gardening conditions and selecting plants that will flourish within those parameters. Consider sunlight exposure first. Your balcony might bask in full sun, dabble in partial shade, or nestle in deep shade. Each scenario calls for different plant species. Sun-loving flowers like geraniums, petunias, and marigolds will revel in a full-sun balcony. For those partially shaded spots, impatiens, begonias, or fuchsias could be your best bet. And if your balcony sees little to no sun, don't despair. Shade-tolerant flowers such as primroses, ferns, and hostas will still bring a touch of nature to your space. Wind exposure is another crucial factor. The higher up your balcony, the windier it usually gets. Hardy, wind-resistant flowers like lavender, ornamental grasses, or certain types of daisies can withstand those gusty conditions and still thrive. But what about space? It's no secret that balcony gardens often grapple with limited real estate. The solution? Opt for space-saving varieties. Vertical growers like climbing roses or clematis can reach for the skies without taking up too much floor space. Hanging baskets filled with trailing flowers such as lobelia, ivy, or nasturtiums can also create a waterfall of color without encroaching on your precious square footage. Now let's talk about maintenance. If you're new to gardening or simply have a jam-packed schedule, low-maintenance flowers are your allies. Succulents, for instance, are hardy, drought-tolerant, and require minimal care. Perennials, too, are a good choice, as they return year after year, saving you the trouble of annual replanting. But remember, even the most low-maintenance plant needs some TLC. Regular watering, occasional feeding, and a little grooming now and then will keep your plants happy and healthy. And isn't that the goal? To create a thriving, verdant oasis that not only beautifies your balcony but also brings you joy? That's the beauty of balcony flower gardening. You don't need a sprawling backyard or a seasoned green thumb. All you need is a bit of space, a dash of creativity, and the right plants. So, whether you're dreaming of a riotous bloom of roses or a tranquil corner filled with ferns, remember to consider your balcony's sunlight and wind exposure, space constraints, and your own maintenance preferences when picking your plants. Remember, the right plant in the right place makes all the difference. And with this mantra in mind, you're well on your way to creating your very own balcony garden paradise. Now that we know what flowers to plant, let's talk containers. Finding the right home for your chosen blooms is a crucial step in balcony flower gardening. And when it comes to containers, you're not limited to just the traditional terracotta pots. There's a whole world of options out there, each with its own unique charm and practical benefits. Let's start with hanging baskets. These are perfect for creating a cascading floral display. They make use of vertical space, allowing you to grow more plants without crowding your balcony floor. You can fill them with trailing flowers like petunias or fuchsias, creating a waterfall of color that's a delight to behold. Next up, we have vertical planters. These are like high-rise apartments for your plants. They come in various forms, from stackable pots to wall-mounted panels, and are fantastic for maximizing limited space. You can even plant different flowers in each tier or pocket, creating a vibrant tapestry of blooms. And let's not forget about window boxes. They might be a classic choice, but there's a reason they've stood the test of time. Window boxes provide ample room for roots to grow and can be attached directly to your balcony railings, freeing up valuable floor space. Plus, they make a charming, rustic addition to any outdoor space. Now, choosing a container is one thing, but arranging them creatively is quite another. The arrangement of your containers can dramatically enhance the visual appeal of your balcony garden. Consider a tiered arrangement. This not only maximizes space but also creates a visually stunning effect. You can achieve this by using stands or shelves, or even DIY solutions like stacked crates or ladders. The key is to allow each plant its moment in the sun, quite literally. Alternatively, you can create a container garden wall. This involves using vertical planters or hanging baskets to cover an entire wall or partition with greenery. It's a unique way to create privacy and a natural backdrop for your outdoor space. Lastly, don't be afraid to mix and match. Use different types of containers, materials, colors, and sizes. This diversity adds depth and interest to your garden. A tall ceramic pot can sit next to a metal hanging basket, while a wooden window box can rest on the railing. The possibilities are endless, and the result is a garden that's uniquely yours. Remember, the goal here isn't just practicality, but also creativity. Your container choices and arrangement should reflect your personal style and the specific needs of your plants. So, experiment, have fun, and let your imagination run wild. With the right containers, you can maximize space and create a visually stunning balcony garden. It's about merging the practical with the aesthetically pleasing, making your balcony not just a garden, but a work of art. Your plants are only as good as the soil they grow in, the water they drink, and the fertilizer they consume. This statement holds profound truth in the world of gardening, and the same applies to your balcony flower garden. Let's delve into the nitty-gritty of these three essential elements. First off, the soil. You might be tempted to scoop up some dirt from the ground and call it a day, but doing so could be detrimental to your plants. Quality potting soil is a must-have for your balcony garden. This special blend is designed to hold water while still providing enough aeration for roots. It is typically composed of peat moss, compost, and perlite or vermiculite. More importantly, it's free of diseases and pests that could harm your flowers. Next, let's talk about water. Water is the lifeblood of your garden, but it's not just about quantity, it's also about timing and technique. Your watering routine should be based on the type of plants you have and the climate of your location. As a rule of thumb, water your plants early in the morning before the heat of the day sets in. This allows the water to reach the roots and be absorbed before evaporation occurs. When watering, aim for the base of the plant rather than the leaves to prevent leaf rot and fungal diseases. Now, on to drainage. Balcony plants are especially prone to waterlogging due to their containerized nature. To combat this, ensure your pots have drainage holes at the bottom. You can also add a layer of pebbles or broken pottery at the base of the pot to further enhance drainage. Remember, while plants love water, they don't enjoy swimming in it. Lastly, let's discuss fertilizers. Fertilizers are the multivitamins of your plants, providing them with essential nutrients that might not be present in your potting soil. When choosing a fertilizer, opt for a balanced one that contains the three primary nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen promotes leaf growth, phosphorus aids in root and flower development, and potassium ensures overall plant health. Applying fertilizer is not a daily task. Over-fertilizing can harm your plants as much as not fertilizing at all. Typically, once every 2 weeks is enough during the growing season. However, always follow the instructions on your chosen fertilizer. Caring for your flowering plants throughout the growing season involves monitoring them closely. Be on the lookout for signs of nutrient deficiency or pest infestation. Yellowing leaves, stunted growth, or wilting flowers could indicate a problem. Don't be disheartened if you encounter these issues. They're part of the gardening journey, and there's always a solution to be found. Remember, proper care and attention to your plants' needs will ensure a flourishing balcony garden. With quality soil, adequate watering, good drainage, and regular fertilizing, your balcony flower garden will not only survive but thrive, bringing you joy and beauty season after season. A great balcony garden isn't just for summer, it's for all seasons. Just as the seasons change, your balcony garden should transition, reflecting the beauty of each passing phase. The secret lies in choosing the right plants for each season and using a few clever techniques to extend the blooming season. Let's begin with spring, the season of new beginnings, when your balcony can burst into life with vibrant spring bulbs. Tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths are all excellent choices. They are planted in the fall and bloom in the spring, providing the first splash of color after a long winter. As we move into summer, it's time to introduce summer annuals. These are flowers that complete their life cycle in one season. Petunias, marigolds, and geraniums are all fantastic options. They thrive in the summer heat and provide a continuous display of color throughout the season. When the air starts to crisp in the fall, it's time for fall mums to take center stage. These hardy flowers come in a range of colors, from sunny yellows to rich burgundies, creating a warm and inviting balcony space. And the best part? They're incredibly low maintenance, needing only regular watering and a sunny spot to thrive. As we enter the quiet of winter, you might think that your balcony garden needs to hibernate, but that's not the case. Winter pansies are highly resilient flowers that can bloom even in the colder months, adding a dash of color to your winter balcony. Now you might be wondering, how can I extend the blooming season? Well, it's simpler than you think. First, deadheading, or removing spent flowers, encourages plants to produce more blooms. This keeps your balcony garden looking fresh and colorful for longer. Second, stagger your plantings. Don't plant all your bulbs or seeds at once. Instead, plant a few every 2 weeks. This will ensure that as one batch finishes blooming, another is ready to burst into color. Lastly, remember to feed your plants. A good quality fertilizer will provide the nutrients your plants need to produce more and better blooms. But let's not forget about the aesthetic appeal of your balcony garden. Even in the absence of blooming flowers, focus on the foliage. Plants with interesting leaves like hostas or ferns can keep your balcony looking lush and attractive. Also, consider adding evergreens. They provide structure, color, and a sense of permanence, regardless of the season. A balcony garden is not just a summer project, it's a year-round commitment. But with the right plants and a few clever techniques, you can create a garden that transitions beautifully through the seasons, reflecting the unique charm of each. With these tips, you can enjoy the beauty of your balcony garden all year round. A balcony garden isn't just about the plants, it's also about creating an inviting outdoor living space. The beauty of such a space is in its versatility. It can be a peaceful retreat, a vibrant entertaining area, or simply a charming corner to enjoy a cup of tea. Let's begin with trellises. These are not merely functional plant supports, but they can also serve as an appealing backdrop, adding depth and height to your garden. Whether you opt for a classic wooden trellis or a modern metal design, the key is to let it harmonize with your plants. Imagine a rose vine, its blossoms cascading down the trellis, adding a splash of color to your balcony. Or perhaps a sweet pea, its delicate tendrils curling around the trellis, filling the air with a delightful fragrance. Next, let's talk about fairy lights. There's something undeniably magical about these twinkling lights. They can transform your balcony into a dreamy haven, making every evening feel like a special occasion. Drape them over your trellis, weave them through your plants, or hang them around the railing. The warm glow they cast will highlight your flowers and create a cozy atmosphere. Decorative accents can give your balcony garden a personal touch. Think of them as the finishing touches that bring everything together. A rustic birdhouse nestled amongst the flowers can add a touch of whimsy, while a carefully placed garden gnome can bring a smile to your face every time you step onto your balcony. Don't forget about garden art. A mosaic stepping stone or a wind chime crafted from old silverware can be both beautiful and meaningful, especially if you've made it yourself. Creating a cohesive outdoor living space involves more than just design and decor. It's about creating an environment that invites you to linger, to appreciate the beauty of nature. Consider adding a small table and a couple of chairs. Whether it's breakfast on a sunny morning or stargazing on a clear night, having a place to sit enhances your enjoyment of your balcony garden. Lastly, remember to consider the sensory experience. The rustle of leaves in the wind, the hum of bees as they flit from flower to flower, the soft glow of fairy lights as dusk falls. These are the subtle details that can make your balcony garden truly special. Introduce plants with different textures, from the velvety petals of a rose to the glossy leaves of a fern. Choose flowers with different fragrances, so there's always a new scent to discover. Your balcony is an extension of your home. Make it a place where you love to spend time. With a bit of creativity and careful planning, you can transform even the smallest balcony into a beautiful outdoor oasis, a haven that reflects your personal style and brings you closer to nature. Just remember, the key to a successful balcony garden is to keep experimenting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep enjoying the process. Creating a balcony flower garden may seem daunting, but it's a journey worth embarking on. The transformation from a plain balcony to a vibrant, blooming oasis is a process that brings not just aesthetic pleasure, but a deep sense of accomplishment and connection to nature. We've covered a lot of ground today, from selecting the right plants for your balcony's unique conditions to creatively arranging containers for maximum growth and visual appeal. We've delved into the essentials of soil selection, watering, and fertilizing, ensuring your plants get the best care and thrive in their urban environment. And we've explored the beauty of seasonal planting, showing how you can enjoy a beautiful balcony garden all year round. Remember, each balcony garden is unique, just like its gardener. Your garden is an extension of you, a canvas where you can express your creativity and taste. Whether you favor a riot of colors or a more subtle palette, a formal layout or a wild, naturalistic style, the choice is yours. This personal touch is what makes balcony gardening so rewarding. And let's not forget about the added benefits. Gardening is therapeutic, a soothing balm for the soul amidst the hustle and bustle of city life. It's a sanctuary, a place to unwind and reconnect with nature, no matter how high up you are from the ground. In essence, balcony flower gardening is more than just about beautifying your outdoor space. It's about creating your own little paradise, a place of joy, tranquility, and inspiration. It's about the thrill of seeing the first sprouts emerge from the soil, the anticipation as buds start to form, and the sheer joy when your flowers finally burst into bloom. So go ahead, roll up your sleeves, and start creating your own little paradise. Happy gardening!